Hello my friends. Welcome, welcome. Today, I want to sit with you, like a friend. Today I want to share something special. It is not just a story. It is more than a story. It is like a gift, a secret, a quiet light for your heart. You see, sometimes we listen to big stories. Stories about kings, or heroes, or famous people. Those stories are exciting. They are loud. But today's story is different. It is quiet. It is small. At first, you may even think, this story is nothing. It is too simple. But wait. Please, wait until the end. Because sometimes the smallest story carries the biggest lesson. Sometimes the quietest voice speaks the strongest truth. Today's story is untold. Untold means that people do not talk about it. It is not in the news. It is not in the history books. It is not a movie. It is hidden in the life of an ordinary person. Maybe, when you hear it, you will think, this could be me. This could be my neighbor. This could be my friend. Yes. That is why it is so powerful. Because it is close. Because it is real. So, I invite you to listen carefully. Not only with your ears. Listen with your heart. Listen with your feelings. And while you listen, you are not only hearing a story. You are also practicing your English. You are learning new words. You are learning rhythm. You are learning how to listen slowly, step by step. Take a deep breath now. Just one deep breath. In, and out. Smile a little, even if you don't feel like smiling. Because when you smile, your heart opens. When you smile, your ears open. When you smile, you are ready to learn. And I promise you, my friend, if you stay with me, if you listen to the end, you will not forget this story. You will remember it when you feel tired. You will remember it when you feel weak. You will remember it when you want to give up. Because this story carries hope. And hope is what we all need. So, are you ready? Let us begin this journey together. Word by word. Step by step. With a story. With English. With heart. At first, this story looks very simple. Very ordinary. Just like a glass of water, clear and quiet. It is not a story about magic. It is not a story about rich people, or about someone who becomes famous overnight. No, my friend. It is about one person, living an ordinary life. An everyday life. A life that may look like yours. A life that may look like mine. But here is the secret, inside simple things, big lessons hide. Sometimes, we want a big lesson to come from a big event. We want a lesson to come from a big success. We think, only when I climb the mountain, then I will learn. But many times, the biggest lessons come from the smallest moments. From a smile. From a hand that helps you. From a voice that says, don't give up. So please, do not stop listening because it feels simple at the beginning. Many good things start small. A flower starts with a seed. A house starts with one brick. A journey starts with one step. And this story also starts small. But at the end, you will see, the lesson is not small. It is strong. It is deep. It is unforgettable. Maybe right now you are thinking, why should I listen to this story? Why should I spend my time? And I understand you. Life is busy. You have many things to do. But I want you to remember something, sometimes, one story, just one story, can give you energy for many days. One story can put hope back into your heart. One story can give you a reason to smile again. This story is like that. It begins slowly. It begins quietly. But step by step, it grows. And at the end, you will feel something new. You will say, ah, now I understand. This is more than just a story. This is a lesson for life. So, do not go away. Stay with me. Walk with me through each word. Repeat the words in your mind. Speak them softly if you want. Because in this way, you are not only learning a story. You are also practicing English. You are practicing patience. You are practicing listening with your heart. Stay. Listen. Feel. The best part is waiting for you. Now, my dear listener, before we enter the story, I want you to prepare yourself. Yes, prepare your mind, and prepare your heart. Because listening to a story is not only about hearing words. Listening to a story is like taking a small journey. When you travel, you pack your bag. You prepare your shoes. You make space for the new road. And when you listen to a story, you also prepare. How can you prepare? First, listen carefully. Try to be calm. Maybe you are busy, maybe you are tired, but just for a few minutes, give your full attention. Second, repeat some words. Repetition is a strong teacher. If you hear a word like hope or dream or kindness, whisper it softly. Say, hope, dream, kindness, this will help you remember. Third, connect the story to your life. When you hear Daniel, think about yourself. When you hear his pain, remember your own pain. When you hear his joy, remember your own joy. In this way, the story becomes alive. This story is also your English practice. Think of each sentence as a step on a road. Some steps are easy. Some steps are a little hard. But every step takes you forward. If you don't understand one word, don't worry. Just continue. Meaning is like the sun, it will shine on you little by little. So, prepare yourself now. Take another deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Tell yourself, I am ready. I will listen. I will learn. I will grow. Good. Very good. And now, my friend, we can finally begin. Our story begins with a young man. His name is Daniel. Remember this name, because Daniel is the heart of this story. Daniel is not rich. Daniel is not famous. He is not a hero. He is not a star. He is an ordinary student, just like many of us. Daniel wakes up early every morning. Sometimes his eyes are still heavy with sleep, but he must wake up. He goes to school. He listens to teachers. He takes notes. He studies. But after school, he cannot rest. He goes to work. A part-time job. A small job that gives a little money. At night, he comes home very tired. His bag is heavy. His body is tired. His eyes want to close. But his heart cannot rest, because he must study again. He must prepare for tomorrow. This is Daniel's life: work, study, sleep, repeat. Work, study, sleep, repeat. A circle that never ends. Daniel is young, but his face looks older because of stress. Sometimes, when he looks in the mirror, he does not see hope. He sees only tired eyes. But deep inside, he has a dream. A very small dream, but very important. He wants to finish school. He wants to help his family. He wants to make his mother smile. This is Daniel. Ordinary. Tired. But holding a dream. Life for Daniel is not easy. Every day feels heavy, like carrying a bag of stones. He works hard, but the money is never enough. He studies hard, but sometimes he fails his tests. He tries again, but the results are not always good. At night, when he lies on his bed, he feels sad. His heart feels small. He thinks to himself, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I will never succeed. These words repeat in his mind like an echo. Not good enough, never succeed, not good enough, and each time, he feels weaker. He talks to his friend one day. I am tired. I am busy. But I am not happy, Daniel says. His friend answers, be strong, Daniel. Keep going. But these words, keep going, sound empty. Daniel wants to believe them, but he feels too weak. He feels alone. Every morning, he puts on his bag and walks to school. His feet move, but his heart does not. Every night, he returns, more tired than before. He feels like a bird with broken wings. He wants to fly, but he cannot. Daniel's life is full of stress, full of worry, full of tiredness. But inside him, a small light still shines. Daniel often looks around at other people. He sees students laughing, running, smiling. He thinks, why not me? Why can they be happy while I am always tired? He feels different, like he does not belong. He tries to smile at his mother. She asks, how was your day, Daniel? He says, fine, Mama. But inside, he knows it was not fine. He hides his sadness because he does not want her to worry. But she knows. Mothers always know. She looks at him and sees the tired lines on his face. Sometimes Daniel writes in his notebook, one day, I will finish. One day, I will help Mama. One day, I will smile again. But when he closes the notebook, reality feels heavy. One day, feels very far away. Too far. Still, he keeps a little dream in his heart. A small fire that refuses to die. Even in his sadness, he dreams of a better tomorrow. Life continues like this for Daniel. Day after day. Week after week. He studies. He works. He sleeps. But happiness does not visit him. One night, he sits at his desk and whispers, I want to stop. I want to rest. I want to give up. But another voice whispers inside, do not give up. Hold on. It is like two voices fighting in his mind. One voice of despair. One voice of hope. Daniel is waiting for something. He does not know what. He cannot describe it. But he feels that maybe, just maybe, something will happen. Something will change. Something small, but powerful. And my friend, this is exactly where the story takes a turn. When they reach a quiet corner of the street, the old man stops. The rain has become softer now, only small drops falling from the dark sky. The old man looks at Daniel. His eyes are deep, gentle, full of memory. Slowly, he speaks. His voice is calm but strong. Many years ago, he says, I was like you. I was tired. I was poor. I wanted to give up. Every day felt heavy. Every night felt darker than the one before. I thought there was no way forward. Daniel listens carefully. These words feel very close to him. They sound like his own life. He looks at the old man with surprise. Really? He whispers. The man nods. Yes, really. But one day, something happened. One day, a stranger looked at me and smiled. A stranger gave me hope. Just one kind word. Just one hand to help me. It was not money. It was not a big gift. It was something very small. But for me, in that moment, it was life. It was light. The old man's eyes shine as he speaks. Daniel feels as if the rain has stopped completely. He feels as if the whole world has gone quiet, just to let him hear this story. Daniel cannot believe what he is hearing. His voice shakes as he asks, and now, you are helping me? The old man smiles again, that same warm, gentle smile. Yes, he says. Because kindness is a circle. Someone gave it to me. Now I give it to you. And one day, when the time is right, you will give it to someone else. Daniel repeats softly, kindness is a circle, the words feel heavy and light at the same time. They are simple, but full of meaning. He remembers his own sadness, his tiredness, his empty nights. And now he feels a strange new energy, a new possibility. Could it be true? Could one small act of kindness really change a whole life? The old man nods, as if reading Daniel's thoughts. Yes, he says again. Small acts are not small. They are seeds. And seeds grow. One seed of kindness can grow into a whole tree. And from that tree, more seeds will come. Daniel feels something inside him change. A light, a spark, a small fire begins to burn. He realizes that the old man is right. Small acts are not small. They carry power. They carry hope. They carry life. He thinks about all the times he wanted to give up. He remembers the heavy days, the long nights, the quiet tears. And he whispers to himself, maybe I can continue. Maybe I can be strong. Maybe I can try again. For the first time in many weeks, Daniel lifts his head. He looks at the sky. The rain is almost gone. A few drops fall, but the clouds are breaking. A small light, soft and golden, shines through. And in that moment, Daniel feels something very new. He feels hope. He turns to the old man and says, "Thank you." Just 2 words. But they carry everything in his heart. The old man smiles again. He puts his hand gently on Daniel's shoulder. "Remember, young man," he says. "The world can be heavy. Life can be hard. But you are never truly alone. There are always hands waiting to help. And your hand, too, will one day help another." Daniel feels tears in his eyes. Not tears of sadness. Tears of release. Tears of hope. He wants to speak, but words are not enough. So he just nods. The old man begins to walk away. Step by step, slowly, disappearing into the street. Daniel stands still, holding his wet books, but his heart feels light. He wants to call out, to ask the man's name, to know more. But he does not. Maybe it is not important. Maybe what matters is the gift the man gave him, hope, kindness, a lesson for life. That night, Daniel returns home. His clothes are still wet, his books still damaged, but his heart feels new. His mother looks at him and asks, "Daniel, why are you smiling?" For the first time in many weeks, Daniel is smiling. He answers softly, "Because today, I learned something important." She looks at him with curiosity, but Daniel does not explain everything. Some lessons cannot be told in words. They must be lived. He goes to his room, sits at his desk, and opens his notebook. But this time, instead of writing about sadness, he writes, "Kindness is a circle. Small acts are not small. I will continue. I will be strong." From that day, Daniel feels different. His life is still hard. He still works long hours. He still studies late at night. But something inside him has changed. He no longer feels empty. He carries a quiet energy. He remembers the old man's words every morning when he wakes up, "Kindness is a circle." He whispers them like a prayer, like a promise. Kindness is a circle, kindness is a circle, and this repetition gives him strength. At school, he pays more attention. At work, he moves with more patience. And inside his heart, he says, "One day, I will also help. One day, I will give back what I have received." 1 week later, Daniel sees another student walking through the hallway at school. She drops her bag. Books fall to the floor. Everyone walks past, busy, too busy to stop. But Daniel remembers the rainy night. He remembers the hand that lifted his books. Without thinking, he runs to help her. He picks up the books and smiles. "Here," he says. The girl looks at him with surprise. Mini dialogue. Girl, why are you helping me? Daniel, because once, someone helped me. The girl smiles. A real smile, warm and thankful. Thank you, she says. You changed my day. And at that moment, Daniel feels the circle begin again. Daniel's heart feels full. Helping this girl was a small act, but for him, it was a victory. A victory over sadness. A victory over despair. He feels strong, alive, full of light. As days pass, Daniel continues to help in small ways. He holds the door for someone. He shares his pen with a classmate. He listens when a friend is sad. Each act is small, but each act carries power. And every time he helps, he hears the old man's voice in his memory. Kindness is a circle. Yes, the circle is moving. Yes, the seed is growing. Slowly, Daniel becomes a new person. He studies with focus. He works with patience. He laughs more. He smiles more. He begins to believe in his dream again. He no longer feels alone, because he knows, every act of kindness connects people. Every act of kindness makes the world smaller, warmer, brighter. One evening, as he walks home, he looks at the street where he met the old man. The rain is gone, but the memory is strong. He whispers to himself, "Thank you. Because of you, I continue. Because of you, I will never give up." And in his heart, he promises, "I will carry this circle. I will pass it on." This is Daniel's transformation. From tired to hopeful. From weak to strong. From silent to smiling. His life on the outside is still the same: school, work, sleep. But inside, everything is different. He no longer feels like a bird with broken wings. He feels like a bird learning to fly again. Slowly, carefully, but with courage. Daniel now understands that life is not only about big victories. It is about small steps. Small smiles. Small acts. These are the real victories. These are the seeds of hope. And so, he walks forward. Not fast. Not easy. But strong. Because now, Daniel knows the truth: kindness is a circle, and he is part of it. My dear friend, let us pause for a moment. Let us breathe together and think. Life, your life and my life, is often like Daniel's life. We all have heavy days. We all have times when we feel tired, when we feel that nothing is working, when we feel like giving up. Yes, life can be very heavy. But this story shows us something important: even when life feels heavy, one small act can change everything. One smile. One kind word. One helping hand. That is all it takes to bring light into darkness. Think about it. Daniel was ready to give up. He was tired, weak, hopeless. But one stranger, one old man in the rain, changed his whole heart with just a few words and a small action. That is how powerful kindness can be. That is how powerful one moment can be. So when you feel like nothing matters, remember this: everything matters. Your smile matters. Your voice matters. Your kindness matters. Life is not only about big events, big victories, or big changes. Life is built on small things. And small things, when repeated, can build something very big. Let me say it again, because repetition helps us learn: a smile, a kind word, a helping hand. These are not small. These are not weak. They are strong. They are powerful. They are life-changing. When you meet someone today, maybe a family member, maybe a friend, maybe even a stranger, try giving them a smile. Try saying something kind. Try offering help. You may think, "Oh, this is nothing. This is too small." But remember Daniel. To him, that small act was everything. To him, it was the reason to continue. So do not wait for big chances to help someone. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Every day is full of moments. Every day is full of opportunities. Maybe the person who needs your kindness is standing next to you right now. Maybe they are carrying a heavy bag in their heart. You cannot always see it, but it is there. And maybe your small kindness will be the very thing that gives them hope again. Think now, my friend. Reflect. Ask yourself, who can I encourage today? Who can I smile at? Whose day can I change? These are powerful questions. And when you ask them, you open your heart to the circle of kindness. Maybe it is someone in your family. Maybe it is your mother, who is tired from work. Maybe it is your father, who feels worried about money. Maybe it is your brother or sister, who feels lonely. Or maybe it is a friend who hides their sadness with laughter. Or even a stranger, someone you pass on the street, who feels invisible. You have power. You may not feel it. You may think you are small. But you are not small. You carry the power of words. You carry the power of smiles. You carry the power of kindness. And when you use it, you create change. So once again, I ask you, who can you encourage today? Who can you help carry their heavy bag, even if it is only for a moment? Remember the circle. The old man helped Daniel because someone once helped him. Daniel then helped another student. That student will one day help someone else. And the circle goes on and on. This is the beauty of kindness, it never ends. It is like water flowing in a river. It moves forward, always. Think of your own life. Maybe someone has already helped you. Maybe someone gave you advice. Maybe someone shared food with you. Maybe someone simply said, I believe in you. These moments are part of your story. They are gifts. They are seeds. And now, you can continue the circle. You can be the one to plant a seed in someone else's life. You can be the reason they do not give up. And one day, they will pass it forward, just as Daniel did. The circle is real. The circle is strong. The circle is waiting for you to join. So never forget this lesson, you are not small. Your actions are not small. You have power. Even if you are tired, even if you feel weak, you can still make a difference. Daniel thought he was nobody. He thought his life was too hard, too small, too heavy. But the old man showed him the truth, no one is nobody. Every person carries light. Every person carries power. And when you use that power with kindness, the world changes, one heart at a time. So the next time you feel like giving up, remember Daniel. Remember the rainy night. Remember the smile that changed everything. And remember that you, too, can be that smile for someone else. Now, let us connect this story to something very close to you, your English learning. Learning English is also like kindness. At first, it feels small. At first, it feels weak. You learn one word. You practice one sentence. You listen to one story. And you think, this is nothing. This is too small. I am not improving. But remember Daniel. Remember the circle. Small steps are not small. They are seeds. Every new word you learn is a seed. Every time you practice, you water that seed. Every time you repeat, you give it sunlight. And slowly, very slowly, that seed grows into a tree. Then one day, you will look back and see, wow. I can speak. I can understand. I can share my story. So do not be afraid of small steps. Do not think they are useless. They are everything. Maybe today you learn just one word, hope. Maybe tomorrow you learn another, dream. Maybe the next day, another, kindness. Alone, each word looks small. But together, step by step, they build something strong. They build your future. Daniel's life changed because of one small act. Your life can change because of one small word. Do not wait for big miracles. Do not wait for perfect English. Focus on the small steps you take every day. And one day, just like Daniel, you will look back and realize, those small steps were never small. They were powerful. They were life-changing. When you feel tired in learning English, remember Daniel. When you feel weak, remember the old man. When you feel like giving up, remember this: progress is a circle. Someone teaches you. You learn. Then one day, you help another person. Maybe you teach your child. Maybe you teach your friend. Maybe you teach a stranger. And the circle continues. Do not let mistakes stop you. Mistakes are not the end. Mistakes are the beginning. Every mistake is a step forward. Every mistake is proof that you are learning. Smile at your mistakes. Love your mistakes. Because they are part of your circle. So, my friend, do not wait for big steps. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Take small steps today. Take small steps every day. Read a little. Listen a little. Speak a little. Write a little. And repeat. Repeat again. Repeat again. This is how you grow. Daniel's life changed because he did not stop. Even when he was tired, even when he was weak, he continued. And because of that, he received kindness. Because of that, he gave kindness. And because of that, he became strong again. You can do the same with English. You can continue. You can keep going. So here is the final message, the moral of this story. This story may change your day, but your effort will change your life. Be kind. Be patient. Do not give up. Remember Daniel. Remember the old man. Remember the circle of kindness. And remember that learning English is also a circle. What you learn today will help you tomorrow, and one day, it will help someone else. Keep learning. Keep practicing. Keep smiling. And let English open new doors for you. Let kindness open new doors for the world. The story is finished. But your journey, my friend, is just beginning.